Unboxing video. I traded this. Well, I guess I should say I traded my Opus for this. Was it an overtrade? It's a bit subjective, and we'll see that. But in the meantime, check out the coffee in the description. It's like Patreon, but a one-time donation. Woohoo! If you want to financially support me and my content, that would be neato. But yeah, it's just like a one-time thing. Want to do like $3, $5? Yeah, and subscribe. Subscribe. I apparently like more than 2/3 of the people who watch these videos have not subscribed. Yeah. Anyways, what we got here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's empty. What we got here. Oh, cool. An anchor thing, which is, to my knowledge, electronics. Oh my god, that's a tight fit. Ooh. We have a Benchmade box. It's got a little bit of, like, normal amount of scuffing on the outside, but everything honestly looks pretty good in the box. Yeah, this box is in good condition. If you read that, it says 87 Benchmade. All right, let's take her out, shall we? Comes with a sheath. That's cool. Is this a sheath? I don't even know. It looks like a sheath, and I don't really know how this works. Like, I guess do you put it on your belt? I don't know. I'm not gonna use it. A receipt from a thing that has absolutely nothing to do with me. I was like, is this related to the knife? It is not. So I'm not going to show it. And in here, we have a little Benchmade booklet, use and care manual. Cool. I don't think I'm going to bother reading this out, but I will read it later. So if there's any information, this kind of cool, like cork style thing. Now, oh, and they have their own fucking thingamajigger, you know, a sleeve. Okay, let's check this out. The Benchmade 87 is, well, it's Benchmade, and so Benchmade knives normally have a lot of tap. Also, this is a magnetic latch. It's got a Warncliffe blade, I want to say, or a sheath's foot. But it's got, or maybe it's just a reverse tanto, to be perfectly honest. But the blade is a little deceptive in that the sharp point is the long side, and so the spine is this shorter side. So I guess the best way to describe this would be a reverse tanto, but the Saux blade, the Warncliffe blade, and the sheep's hoof blade are all also like the long side is the sharp side. This Balisong has zero tap or play. I remember thinking that I made an offer on this deal, and then I kind of chickened out. But the thing is that every other 87 has like really Benchmade tolerances, which is to say bad. Now does it free swing? Mostly, yeah. Now I do prefer keeping latches, like Benchmade latches, on Balisong. However, I might remove it on this one because I do think that the flipping is, you know, thrown way off center of gravity. I'll get to that soon. It's a bearings Balisong. So the tolerances are basically what you get out of them. But in this case, I'm lucky because this one has no tap. And honestly, that in of itself made it, I'm like, you know what? Trading the Opus for this, opposed to buying a cheaper one and selling the Opus, I was like, fuck it. You know, tap is something that I've come to terms with. It fucking drives me nuts. If you don't mind tap, that's good for you. But I find that it just, it's one of those things that makes the brain go, blah. And then you know, that when the knife is so cheap or it's plastic, then I come to accept that that's the case. But because the option to get a non-tapping Benchmade knife, I was so good I couldn't pass it up. S30V, Benchmade USA, benchmade.com/pat. It literally has a URL. It's benchmade.com/pat. Right there. And then the Benchmade logo. You know, the reason why they're called butterfly knives colloquially is because of the Benchmade logo. I'm going to give this just a wee bit of carbon thin so I can get some graphene in the bearings. And then I'm going to remove the latch because right now the flipping of it is like pretty imbalanced, let's be honest. But like I like latches conceptually. conceptually I like latches. In practice, latches I really want to try the Hom Chimera V2 because it's a retractable latch, and I'm very curious about like I want to see Balisongs that have the ability to account for the latch in terms of the weight distribution. And so, like latch drops are a trick that like exist, but I don't actually know how to do a latch drop because I don't have latches. Also, what's cool is because this is magnetic, it just kind of like it's like a spring latch, but no spring. And you know, you can latch it closed like this, and just give it a good squeeze. Latch it closed. It's very satisfying. I don't worry about like the tolerances because a lot of times when you have latches, they're usually on tang pins, and you gotta kind of squeeze them closed. And so some people don't like tang pins in general, and most people don't like latches. But in general, if you do have a latch balisong, it's usually on tang pins or just a single kicker pin, and you just I like when the spring latchy, in this case, magnetic latch. It just feels very good and satisfying. And if you want to EDC with this, the Benchmade 87 is very EDCable to my knowledge. Yeah, that's sharp. I've gotten better about like testing the sharpness because like if it sticks to my fingernail as I pull across it, it's sharp. But also if I just run it perpendicular and I see some of the fingernail like just lightly come off, I'm like, oop, yep, that's sharp enough. So be careful. But yeah, very EDCable if you want to keep the latch. Let's remove it. And I got the lubricant on here. And I think this is a T10. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm trying to remove a Kraken and like there's just like sad amounts of pivot stuck. Alrighty, where is it? Here. Yeah, right now as I'm trying to... What am I doing? I'm trying to do the pivot. I need to remove the latch. I was just disassembled the perfect tolerances. But yeah, like my T10 bit currently has like some... I used to be like, I don't have opinions on my Loctite. Now I have very strong opinions on Loctite, which is fuck Loctite. Holy fucking shit. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, this is a really, really tight latch. Holy shit. What the fuck? Oh my god, this thing's like... Oh, it's really stuck. Okay. I gotta use my glider bit holder to do the counter. In the meantime, check out this cool rose thing that my girlfriend got me for Valentine's. Woohoo! I love you, Cassie. I know you watch these videos. Okay, here we go. I got it out. Or we got it at least loose enough that I can just... I don't need the bit holder anymore. Okay. Whoa! Magnets. That's so cool. This is what like the screw side looks like. It's uneven. Like I don't know if you can see this, but it's not like a full perfect circle. And I don't know if that's like a factor to getting it to be like sticking up in the middle opposed to like the side. All right, let's just put this out. I mean, if I can put this out, come on. There we go. Cool. Oh shoot, this has a washer too. Oh, that might just be a broken washer. Ah. Oh no. Okay, no, it is actually consistent where that's not a washer. Yeah, the magnets have like an uneven. It's actually a pretty strong magnet too. Let me get this wiped down because it's full of oil. I guess to make sure that the latch goes on nicely. And here's the actual latch. It of itself doesn't have anything too special. It's the specialness is in the latch. So let me just see if I need to put the screws back in because now this flip's actually like beautifully neutral. I had a Benchmade 42 and then I traded it for a Goose, and I like have like mild remorse. It was like extra expensive because it was... Oh, cool. And I think there's a magnet in here. I think it was extra expensive because it was bushings modded, but the bushings mod did not, in fact, make it any less shitty tolerances of a Benchmade. The person I traded it to says that he got it fixed because I guess there was like part of the surface was like shitty looking or whatever. And so it was like very subtle, but apparently he says that he got it fixed. So good for him for getting the horrible tap out. Maybe I'll get a Benchmade 42 in the future. I want a spring latch just because I think spring latches are cool. But honestly, maybe if I see a T latch for a good price, I'll get one and just remove the latch. Because like the 42 is something that is just like a really cool collector's item. And the 87, I don't really know if it has as much of a collector's like prowess. I think like honestly the 42 just gets special. Oh, I guess the magnet on the latch. Um, Honestly, the screws do add weight. I might just keep them out. Just have no screws. Yeah, let me just double check. Because it does feel a little wobbly. Oh, okay. Chaplaining, this is terrifying. Heads up. Oh my god, okay. Yikes. Oh man, okay. Oh man, I gotta be so careful. This knife is so fucking sharp. Anyways, yeah, the 42 was like the Balisong of all time. But that was an era from a long time ago. I remember we were watching the Bally Awards and Dendem BMX was presenting, and it was like the 42 should have won the Legacy Award, and then I went to the Kraken, and everyone was just like, "Oh no, sometimes the audience is wrong," and that was one of those times. Okay, and so yeah, the 42 has quite the legacy. But you know, obviously that was a previous time. Oh my god, these magnets are quite powerful. Jesus, I'm just gonna get this magnet back in the latch. In the latch. Sorry, it's like it popped out. Hello, hello. Jeez, fucking. Okay, first. Yeah, okay, so the little bit of the unevenness is actually to account for the latch shape, and I'm just gonna screw these together so that they don't, get lost. And this latch, I'm just going to rotate. Sorry, this magnet, I'm just going to rotate in here. Yeah, so I was like, oh, I wonder if it's like broken. No, it's actually just to account for the magnet in the latch shape. So I guess whatever the shape was, and the side here, that little cross section helps. All right, now I have the latch. I have all the hardware off. I think it flips better with no hardware, and I have to be careful about chaplains. The handles are very rectangular, like very rectangular. So full twirls feel a little weird because of just how like wide this section is relative to the rest of the Balisong. I'm assuming that it also will affect ladders. I try. Oh yeah, ladders feel fucking weird. I also got so scared because like instinctively I see this length, the short side, and I think that's the bite side coming towards me, but nope, that's the safe side. Yeah. Ooh yeah. So it's really easy for ladders to roll. Also, I guess let's talk about the face because this is like maybe a powder coat, and it's got a pretty simple hole cut out, albeit like there's like some depth to it. No, not to the face. It's a little visually confusing at first, but it's actually just that like you have grooves on the face and the side, which is kind of nice for like some twirls. Spine is very thick, which is nice for doing tricks against the side of the spine. The handles being so rectangular, The handles being so rectangular makes it kind of weird, in that like it's just so rectangular. But I remember the first time I tried an 87, it was Static Ricks, and I was just like, wow, this Balisong is weird, but I like it. And this 87 specifically, this one in my hands, has just the most insane tolerance. It's just like the tuning of this is like you literally can't make it better in that like because it's bearings, you cannot like make a Balisong with bearings and a Benchmade, especially with tap, you cannot make it better. And so this one is just like the best fucking 87 ever. It is a weird Balisong though, and I like it. Part of why I wanted it is because it's unique and it's weird and it's got this interesting reverse tanto blade and it just feels unique. Ooh, Z chokers feel fucking weird. Not Z chokers, I was just a regular choker fan. Holy shit. Oh, I got that one though. Let's try and palm fan this one. Oh man. I'm a little too scared to do an aerial. I'll do a basic, just a regular ass basic aerial. Huh. Oh my god, I'm scared. Huh. There we go. Basic ass aerial. Huh. Fuck. One more for posterity's sake. Huh. Nope. Alright, one more good one for posterity's sake. I'm just so fucking scared, just because of how sharp this is, and aerials, in my opinion, are the easiest to fuck up. And there we go. That was like a bad aerial, but like, I have accidentally stabbed my hand really badly. That's the trick that I'm like, I don't know, I don't do aerials very often. Partially just because, like, while they're really cool looking, it just gives me the least control, and it's the most fuck upable, and also if you fuck it up, it's loud. I mean, I have a carpet now, but like, especially when I was first learning, a loud wood floor, it would just, everyone would hear, and it was just really obnoxious. So, but yeah, it's got a good bounce to it in the sense of, like, it is varying. It's like, sometimes I feel it. It doesn't have like a handle bounce like this, but it does bounce sometimes. So we'll see if like flipping this more will like give it more of like this bounce, because of that there is virtually none. But yeah, I think this is a really cool Balisong. And oh yeah, Benchmade like released a new Balisong for like $500 that was like apparently very bad. And I don't honestly know why don't they just make a 42. Like, they re-released the 42, or I don't know if people at Benchmade even really know about modern Balisongs, or if they're just kind of sticking to like their sort of legacy. And I'm not saying that there's a right way or a wrong way to run a company, especially a company that's got like this lineage and it's got a reputation. But if they manage to adapt the 42 to be like more in line with modern flipping, I don't know, that could be fucking cool. This palm fans really nicely. Sort of nicely, I should say. Sometimes it feels really good. Hey, that feels good. Yeah. It's weird because, like, I was seeing 87s, like, it was like after I started, like, I locked the deal down for this, I started seeing 87s everywhere as well as 85s. And 85s are maybe, I don't remember what the blade shape is. It's the same style, but the first number, if you don't know, Benchmade numbers, the first number is like the handles, and the second number is the blade shape. So the 4X series all have like the same handles, and like the 5, like the 51 is like really short, and then this is a clone of the 63. And the 87, I guess, is this bearing style face like this, and this the 7 specifically is this blade, and then the 5 is a different, uglier blade in my opinion. And I have no idea what the 81, 2, 3, or 4, or 6 look like. I assume that those exist, but maybe if each number is just always like correlating, where like 1 is always this kind of blade and 2 is always that kind of blade. No fucking idea. Anyways, that's just Benchmade is a little hard to tell sometimes. It's not like really easy to access information about it, just because it's like an old company, and they're not really, as far as I know, in touch with the flipping community. So yeah. Anyways, I guess this is my thoughts on the 87. I guess more on the flipping specifically is that feels pretty good, very imbalanced with a latch on. Slight handle bias without a latch on. Nice blade, like really nice blade. That's a really sharp blade. I don't know how S30V is compared to S35VN, but I assume 35VN is better, just because it has more letters. And yeah, I think this would be a great EDC knife, and it can do some pretty good tricks. It has decent balance with the blade and the handles. It's just that the handles are very rectangular, so that does make certain tricks, ladders especially, and the full twirl to an extent, feel weird. Be safe with this knife, unless you dull it. But still be safe. Be safe with any knife, of course. But yeah, Benchmade 87. Thanks to Kelly for this trade. I hope you enjoy the Opus, and yeah, stay tuned for more. Eventually, I'll do a review on this, and yeah, have a good one.